What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Defying All Odds Podcast with your host, Rafa. As always, right beside me I have...
And your co-host, Jesse.
Yes. And today we have a rising junior, pre-law, majoring in political science, and damn, I laughed last one.
American Studies.
Yes, American Studies. Okay. We have Iman Kanooz.
Hi, guys. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yes, this woman here, she's a jack of all trades, but she's a master of a lot as well. Okay, she does a lot. So, like we just said, again, she's pre-law and everything like that. You originated from Columbus, Ohio.
Proctorville, Ohio.
Proctorville, excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now I live in Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Oh, cool, awesome. And I wanted to real quick just get into talking about you and your identity, right?
Uh-huh.
I think it's super important about your story and what you told us about being really like the only kid that was a Pakistani and Muslim, right? I think that's super cool. And I feel like through the consecration that you've done, you've used that to kind of like bring out that awareness.
Oh, 100%. So I grew up in Southern Ohio, Central Appalachia. It was a very small town and had a population of 500 people.
Wow.
Daunting.
Not a lot.
Not a lot. I grew up there, and it was very difficult, I would say, for the first third of like before coming to college. Middle school, elementary, you know how middle school kids are.
Yes.
And I distinctly remember like it was 99 point, like probably like 3 or 0.7% white. You could count like the amount of like POC on your hand that went to my same high school. And I'm just talking like just all across the board. But yeah, I think it was difficult up until you get to high school and you start to realize you don't have to choose between being like, you know, some girl that can fit in versus like trying to keep hold of your culture and your identity. And in a sense, like you can bridge those two, coalesce, and you can use them to both your advantage. When you're in high school, when you're doing, you know, anything in your community, you can represent both parts of your identity.
1,000%. Let me ask you, like, what was it? What were you able to do, kind of like maneuver your way through that, like from your childhood growing up to now? Because again, you mentioned a lot how you always just want to try to break out of that mold and not necessarily just be a statistic.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think that something that's always kept me going is this idea of that you can push the boundaries, you can break the mold. And I think for me, you know, there's nothing wrong with wanting to do it all. Like you don't have to be good at just one craft and master it. But I do think you can venture out. If you're a creative person, you can do that alongside, academia. If you're, wherever your talents lie, I think you can do all of those. And growing up, like, you know, my mom was always like, you shouldn't like dressing up. You shouldn't like, you're dolling yourself up when you're going to go into an exam room and take a test. But for me, I think there's nothing wrong with that. If you enjoy it, if that's a big part of what you like, you can do that. You can get the best grade in your class if you want, and, look good while you're doing it.
There's only one thing that I feel like stops yourself is just your mind, right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if there's always that saying that goes, look good, feel good, play good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, in other words, like if you go into an exam room and you feel like you put on your lucky sneakers or you put on like that lucky piece of jewelry, and in your mind, right, it may be a superstition to some, for others, it's a natural treasure.
100%.
Because then you're going into the exam room now, you have that mentality, okay, I'm going to get this A because I feel good and I feel prepared because I'm not just what I'm wearing, but also everything that I did up to it.
Yeah.
So I also find that a lot of times, even when you're in like a library, for instance, right now we're in Butler Library, right, at Columbia.
Shout out Butler.
It's facts. Shout out Butler.
I ain't gonna lie, it's not too bad. I like this room.
I like it with other people.
It feels different. But I will say, like, just the memories of being in here, like when I remember one time, I think it was like my 4th grade teacher, she told me, like, if you chew the same gum when you're studying, then you like chew the same gum right before you start your exam. Like you're able to like retain all that memory from before. So I remember this like not sponsored by Trident, but like this Trident like green gum that I used to like eat right before my 4th grade exams, and it would just be like I just remember
Yeah,
everything. Exactly.
If
I
you have
remember
your
when I was in elementary school too, like when we would have to take those like standardized tests,
yes,
right?
yes,
The state tests, as
yes.
they used to say.
Oh yes, those.
And I remember almost like every single time we had to take those tests, my teacher would hand everybody out gum, and she would like have different types,
Oh.
like
Be like orange, like bubble gum.
not like that. They were all usually like the minty fresh ones.
Okay.
But I remember I forgot the names of them. But I remember there was a yellow one that was my favorite because it had like this like cinnamon flavor to it, and it had like a spiciness like to it.
Okay.
And anytime she had that, I was like, "Yo, pass that one. Like, you give me that one, I'm passing this
You
test."
took that and then you got the A.
Yes,
That's all that
Exactly.
matters.
Oh,
Let's just say I was one of those students.
unconfirmed.
I would say I was usually one of those students that not necessarily was like the top of my class, neither the bottom. I wouldn't also say I was in the middle. It would just really depends on the day.
I
Like, if I
understand.
wanted to be the smartest kid in the room, I will definitely
You did
be.
what you had to do.
She's got degrees.
Yeah. You got your degree.
He's a testament to that.
Oh, yeah.
But on a side note, I think, Iman, you've also experienced, right, a lot of, the challenges and adversity growing up. And then you come here to Colombia and you're surrounded by this diaspora of like so many different cultures, so many different people here. And you're also in a big hub of the Big Apple in New York City.
100%.
New York
What's that
City.
change been like for you? Like not just coming from a small town, but also being like one of one. And you come here and then there's also more of like people that have
More
similar
of you,
backgrounds.
basically.
More of you, yeah.
More of you,
Exactly.
I definitely, in high school, like growing up, I always dreamt of coming to New York City. And I don't know what it was about like New York specifically, but like I low-key think I manifested like this entire thing.
Yeah.
And for me, like though I was living in a small town, I was no different than I am now. And so if anything, I think coming here and seeing more people like me, it was more refreshing than it was a hindrance. And it kind of just like I just felt like I finally fit in for once. It was very refreshing. It was just something that actually felt like a part of my identity, and it was very good and very, just amazing to see everybody around me represent the same identity in a sense.
Yeah.
But I think my first semester here, there is a lot of competition. I think I wouldn't say like the rumors are wrong or anything. It is true. There is competition, but I personally thrive in this environment more than I would if I'm not motivated and I'm not constantly challenged.
I agree.
You see so many people doing everything. You see a LinkedIn post, people got like, Joe and Schmo got an internship, yada yada. Like
Exactly.
Yeah. It kind of pushes you. It pushes you to do more.
It does push you to do more. And I truly think, this is the fit for me. I wouldn't have it any other way, and I wouldn't want to be surrounded by any other type of people.
I completely agree with that. I think as someone who just recently graduated from this institution,
Congrats.
I do. Thank you. And once again, I do think that one thing that I feel as though I can't speak for everyone, of course, but I know the vast majority of Columbia students, I will say, is they find their niche like as they kind of progress through. Because I could say like that freshman year is kind of like that trial year where you're just like trying everything.
You're just trying, yeah.
You go from, like your friends in an electrical engineering and now you find out he's mechie or he's applied physics, right?
Fully.
I know for myself, I came in here as a bio major. Didn't think that I'd actually end up going through with it, but I did.
Yeah.
And so, there was a time period where I took like an econ class and I'm like, maybe I'm an econ major. Right? So you
the pipeline.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you come here and you're like, wow, there's so many different things I could take here.
Yeah.
But all in all, it goes back to that one thing, like what exactly
100%.
brought you here?
Yeah.
And you can't forget about your story. And I think that that's what's most inspiring to people.
Yeah.
Finding out what your story is and letting that continue to thrive.
Yeah. You
At
kind
Columbia.
of, you learn. You kind of, you
absolutely.
learn throughout your time here, the people you meet, what it is you're really passionate about. Like academia aside, like just where your passions and, your creative outlets lie, you'll find that out. If you're struggling with knowing what your exact career path is, you'll find that out too.
Yes.
Like, college is really just a test ground, especially those first couple of months, just to figure out who you are and how you fit in the city.
OD. I mean, looking back at my time, I'm already 3 years out, which is still crazy to think.
Yeah.
I'm not that old, guys. My knees hurt, but it's okay.
He
But
has
in all
arthritis.
Mild arthritis.
Exactly. But in all seriousness, like my first year, it was definitely it was a really a real awakening
Yeah.
for me, because particularly I'll say like I think I had failed 1 or 2 classes my first semester, and it wasn't because like they were difficult, but rather because I just wasn't like capable or didn't prepare myself rather to what was actually coming.
It's really difficult.
And I always remember, like, literally every time I went from like 5th grade, leaving elementary to middle school, you always hear your teacher, "Oh my God, when you go to middle school, it's gonna be so different."
Yeah.
And then you go and it's like, it's not that bad. Yeah. And then you go from middle school to high school, they say, "Oh my God, it's gonna be different." No, it's not that bad. But when you go from high school to college,
it's a big jump.
It's so big. Like you're going from the kiddie pool, legitimate,
it's
to the deep end.
It's because it's all on your own. Like everything
Full
you do.
independence.
Yeah, you never realize like how much you're kind of just thrown into the wild until you get here.
Yeah,
no one's gonna hold your hand. Your professor isn't gonna, tell you what type of format he likes on his test, how you should take notes.
Facts.
It's all your own preparation.
I think one thing from like just like an academic standpoint, I just remember, I think it was like my end of my sophomore year or like in the middle of my sophomore year where I kind of had like that awakening. Like, is it just me or is it like the competition just got harder, right?
Yeah.
Because you come here and you're surrounded by the valedictorian of every high school that
100%.
applied here. And so now you realize, okay, I was that 4.0 student in high school. Now that 4.0 is not the same to come here, right? And it varies definitely by different fields, right?
Yeah.
Your engineering school, you have Barnard, you have GS, you have CC. So it definitely varies by the college you're in. But I will say that competition is the same no matter what, like where you're at. And that fierce competition of, okay, is this person going to help me, or am I going to have to go out of my way to talk to the stranger right sitting next to me the whole semester in my unofficial assigned seat? That's going to be like
unofficial assigned seat. Yes, fully.
Yeah, because I don't think I switched seats for the most part throughout the semester, unless like there was like a drastic change. But for the most part, I stayed within the same area.
I definitely did. I distinctly remember in like Parkin's freaking lecture, I had one seat, and I think it was only 3 times somebody sat in my seat, and I used to get so mad.
It'd be like that.
That's your seat. Like, I get it. It's unofficial, but that is yours.
It's part of you.
It's a routine. It's
your
identity.
It's
one of your habits. Like, it's one of those like subconscious things that you do that like you're just like, okay, like, you wake up, brush your teeth, take a shower, right?
You have your
come
routine.
to school, you sit down in the same seat and take your same notes in the same place. Yeah. And the second someone changes that, you're like, oh, whoa. Like, it's like a shock to the system.
And especially in like a chemistry class, like you can't have that. It's already depressing as is.
I mean, you just go inside, have a Mario 309, and you'll see it. It's not the same as the Spider-Man movie.
It's worse.
I'm thankful. I'll just say I'm thankful that I did not have to take any science courses when I was in college.
Congrats.
So, very glad.
And the thing is, I originally wanted to do computer science when I first came in.
Yeah.
And when I went to City College for my college career, and I originally wanted to do computer science. Yeah. And I don't think you know this story, but essentially it was like a few weeks before the semester was about to start for my freshman year. And I was told that I had to go into campus to schedule my classes with some advisor. My mom, who other than me as of now, is the only other person who had graduated from college. She went to Lehman. So I told her, Ma, come with me so you can be like my more support, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and she's like, I bet. Fast forward, we get to the campus. I speak to the advisor, and then she tells me about my placement exam. I remember when I took it, I didn't care because I was always told it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Like, whatever, just shoot him, whatever, do what it is.
Yeah.
I never forget it. Word for word, she tells me, due to your placement score exam, you have a 3% chance of getting the degree that you want.
No way.
That's crazy.
Mind you, I'm going in there to schedule my classes.
Yeah.
To actually start college. And she was already telling me, yo, bro, you're doomed to fail.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at my mom like, nah, I ain't gonna be like that.
This can't be.
This is not gonna be me. I told my mom, I look at her like, nah, I ain't gonna be me. Don't worry.
You
After 2 years, I dropped it. So it's the truth.
Hey, but he still graduated.
Yeah. And that's all that matters.
For sure.
C's get degrees.
Yes.
Hey, man.
And I mean, and the whole point of it, like I say all this, is because like you said, like you come in here not understanding what you're gonna do. You have maybe some thought process. I kid you not. The only reason I said computer science, because as a kid, I used to say, I like computers. I like technology.
Yeah.
Computer science. That was literally my thought process. Not knowing what was to come.
I also think that there comes a certain point where you start engaging with the material more as well.
Yeah, you do.
Because I would say my senior year, I became 10,000 times more busy. Like, we started this podcast. I was in
almost a year.
Almost a year now, which is crazy.
1 year anniversary.
Legitimately, yeah.
It's crazy to think about because besides running this and taking a full course load, I was like 3 e-boards, I think, like different organizations, go to church, go home, like doing all these things, and that you would say, wow, this band is like has a 7-day work schedule. And yet, surprisingly and not surprisingly, like my grades got even higher as a result.
Yeah, fully.
And it's not because, you know, you're more busy or just because you found like that niche that works. It's more so, I think it has
time.
Well, you're making time, but I think it's also you care about the material too.
Yeah.
Like you at the start of college, people go and they're like, oh, I just want that A. But if you're not actually engaging with the material because like you're like, oh, I love this. Like this is what I really want to do.
Then there's no work in that.
I think that for me, I came in with the mentality, okay, like I want to get high grades.
Yeah.
And then eventually you start realizing, okay, maybe instead of chasing like the high dopamine effect, maybe why don't you actually care about, okay, this is what I love to study.
Yeah.
And then you start saying all these things that you hate doing, they start turning to something you love to do.
100%.
And now like, who knows, this great library, now sometimes I'm like, I actually kind of miss this place.
Yes.
And here we are recording.
Exactly.
No, I do agree. I really do think it's about your own engagement and your interaction with the material you're studying. Because, I mean, no one likes studying. I think that's...
I never liked it.
But for me, I just, I started off bio. And I had like this vision of either pre-med or pre-law like in my head. And for me, I thought the norm for my family at least was to get a Bachelor of Science as your undergrad. And then, you either go into med school or you go into law school, whichever you choose. Yeah. But for me, I think coming here, and I took like political science, like electives. There was one in political theory, and I just fell in love with it. And you would read so much. You would read so much in that damn class, like, Hegel, Marx, Nietzsche, like, the classic like CC syllabus, but for freshmen. And I remember it was so much work that I actually loved it. Like I loved reading all of that. And I don't know why. And that is true what you're saying, like the more busy you get, the better your grades come as a result. Because like this past semester, like I was doing an internship and I would like commute to like, I think 43rd Street from like January to May. And I distinctly remember like I scheduled my classes like in the evening because I didn't think I would even have time to like balance that with the internship in the morning. And then, somehow like my grades were the best they've ever been this semester.
Oh, that's amazing.
Look at that.
Yeah, the more busy you are, the more productive you also feel. And that productivity channels into your studying.
I also think that like working while you're studying, that also kind of reinforces that kind of like mentality, or I should say that routine, right? Because I also remember I worked part-time at a lab down like 32nd Street, and I'd have to commute from here all the way down, and I'd take like the 1-2 train to like 34 Penn.
Yes.
And it was like a 20-minute walk from there to the east side. And I just remember I'd do that like every single day for like almost a year. Like
it's
in the morning.
It's a good routine too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're creatures of habit.
Yeah.
So naturally, as we grow, create a routine for ourselves, we're gonna find it easier as it goes on. But also, like you were saying about having work and study and everything, that also just teaches you how to manage your time.
It does.
Right?
It does.
And like how you were saying about engagement, right? And how it improves everything that you're doing, right? Like going a little bit into like the content creation you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Like how would you say, again, pushing yourself into this space and everything kind of help you also improve in your content creation?
Yeah, I think for me, as you were talking about time management, balance, I think that having deadlines, you have deadlines for everything. You have deadlines for your exams, your homework, but you also have deadlines for content creation. Yeah. If you're working with brands, if you're working on just a day-to-day schedule of trying to grow your following, you are constantly reminded that content creation is fun, but it is also like a job at the end of the day. And so balancing that alongside academia and, your pre-professional extracurriculars, you're kind of just forced, like you don't you're not going to do it unless you're kind of forced to do it. And that's something I've also like felt for me. I'm like a procrastinator. So until like the deadline is there and until like the things are right there.
I can completely agree.
I think we could all agree on that.
Yes,
we could all agree on that.
You just won't have that motivation or drive to like be as productive as you can truly be. For me, like in the summertime, for example, like you have like freedom, like, you're doing your internships and stuff, but I feel like there isn't enough like pressure and like just like a fire like underneath your leg for you to actually do everything and more.
So what is that fire for you then? that
That's
pushes
a
you
very,
to actually
I would
get
say
that?
like other people's doubt. TBH.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a
Yeah.
tough one.
I think
Right?
doubt.
Yeah, right.
That's always motivated me.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, myself, I've been doing photography, videography for a couple of years,
Yeah.
and everything, and it definitely lights a fire in you
It does.
when you see people, whether you see them or they do it behind the shadows, right?
Yeah.
Especially, and you start to realize like people are watching you, but
Yeah.
not to say in the sense that like you have to feel scared, but
No.
rather understand that like, yeah, they're watching you because some of them want to keep you down.
Yeah,
They don't
they're
wanna see
watching
come
you
up.
to watch you slip up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Remember that sometimes your biggest supporter is also your biggest hater.
They are. The
I love you
haters
guys.
are your motivators.
But
You guys are
we
my
do love all-
besties.
Exactly. We do love all of our subscribers.
But yeah, no, it's true. I think like doubt definitely motivates me. And like there's no better feeling than, obviously you shouldn't do anything for other people. I think
Yes.
that's a very bad motivation, but I do think you should do it to push yourself and see how far you can go. And it just so happens that can anger some other people.
Facts.
How do you
And
deal
yeah.
with that though? Like,
I think for me, as I've gotten like older and like you have like people watching you at every step of the way. You have people watching you in high school before you come here. People have their opinions on how far you can truly go, how far you can truly make it.
Right.
Every endeavor you'll meet people that say the opposite of like, oh, like you're really going to do this and that.
Yeah.
Like, when are you going to pick one?
Right.
that's true.
So for me, I think how I've managed it and how I've dealt with it is I just use it as motivation. Like I either block it out, like the hate comments. People get hate comments on like,
You're
Oh,
always
yeah.
gonna get
yeah, you're always going to get
Yeah.
hate comments. And I think like one of my TikToks got so many hate comments on it. Like I literally,
was it the Chegg ad?
yes, it was a Chegg ad. It was, it was this girl math Chegg ad. And like you're given an entire like spiel, like you're given a prompt and how you're supposed to, sell Chegg in a specific way.
Right.
And for that video, it was very catered towards like TikTok brain rot, but like for like the female side.
I see.
And so it was like, oh, okay, like girl math your way through college. Do you guys know what girl math is?
Right, yeah.
I think
We're
Yeah,
familiar.
but it's
Girl
basic-
math, boy math, all that jazz.
Yeah. I don't know what boy math is, but
I mean, I know it's more on the girl side. What
Yeah.
was it? It was like the chill guy stuff, Like,
Yes,
like girl
yes.
math is
Yes.
your thing, and then chill guy was like our thing.
I see. Yeah,
Yeah.
like girl math would be like, say for example, you DoorDash when you have like a dining plan.
Yeah,
So when you eat and like you go to a dining hall, like it feels like it's free food.
right.
But
Oh,
in
that's
reality,
true.
you paid like thousands of dollars for that.
Exactly.
And so I remember I made this like, it was like a fun TikTok and
Mhm.
like the comments were like, oh my God, like she has nothing in her head. Nothing in her head. Not a thought
Damn.
behind those eyes. Like I've literally gotten like 7 comments of this. And I'm just like, you know what? Like, okay.
I'll never understand the one that's always like, nice try, like, did you?
Yeah, there's so many nice try ditties. I have no idea what that means.
What?
I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Wait, what is it?
It'll be like a comment on, like, it's typically an ad, and it'll
Yeah.
be like, nice try, Diddy. Like, that's like the.
Like Diddy Combs?
No,
Yes, like Diddy Combs.
Like Diddy Combs?
yeah. I don't
Like Puff Daddy?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't understand where it came from.
I
but
think it's because like they think that everything is like,
a scam.
yeah,
Okay.
essentially. And I think for like an ad, like if you see somebody purposefully doing an ad,
Mhm.
you'll be like, oh, this is like Diddy,
I say.
he has something to do with it.
I get. I mean, well, okay. When you look at it, when you say in that sense, maybe
Maybe that one's.
that's in that
Maybe,
because he's
maybe.
everywhere. But outside of Diddy, you particularly, right? Like you were saying, how like people say it's a scam.
Yeah.
How are you able, or rather, what are the things that you try to do to not make it seem though as quote unquote a scam, but show your realness and your authenticity, like you mentioned?
Yeah. I think when it comes to doing like brands and stuff, you should be authentic. You should be you number one shouldn't agree with deals that you don't already have some affiliation towards, like in your day-to-day life. And also like you should look into a company before you do like a brand deal with, depending on like, if you care about being like politically like involved and whatever, like you should look at like histories of brands and stuff like that before you accept an invitation. But for me, I think in actually creating the content, you should just make it fun. Like you shouldn't have like a brand deal or whatever and it like stand out like against all your content. it should blend seamlessly.
I see.
I also think that when you go back to kind of seeing like all these different ads that come up, and it comes about also the amount of, I think, screen time that you have, like when while you're scrolling, you're scrolling for hours on end, and then it's bound to happen. You're eventually going to get an ad on your feed. Yeah. But especially those ads that like sometimes they like really apply to kind of like your day-to-day life, whether that's a study tool that you may use or I don't know, like a gadget that you might wear.
Well, that's usually because like
your data is being sold.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, right.
Which
your data is being
sold.
You need to fix it or something like that.
I think it's like, for me, if I see like a brand or whatever, like a brand deal on my For You page, if the editing is good, if it's like something catchy, that's what I'm drawn to. Right. Like I'll watch it. I don't know if you've seen like Instagram, it'll be like maybe like a CapCut ad or something.
Yeah.
I've definitely seen
and then it's just, or like Photoshop or something like this, and it's just filmed good, shot good, edited.
We were talking about it even like before we recorded, how we were saying like how a lot of creators will often basically, like you were saying, blend their ads within their videos.
Oh yeah.
And like the video sounds and looks just like anything that you would normally post. And then when you start to read between the lines, you be like, hold up. Is she just trying to sell me?
This is an ad.
Did she just tell me to buy check?
Yes, I did, guys. Please.
Use her link down below.
Please use my link. But no, you got to put it in like the last like 2/3 of the clip.
But I do agree with you on one thing though. When it comes to the idea of like the rationale behind the brand, especially a lot of their affiliations, because I feel in this day and age, cancel culture is definitely a big thing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And when it comes to your personal brand, as well as kind of like what other brands are promoting, how do you kind of see yourself along the lines of, okay, is my identity going to align, or my values, is it going to align with this brand? Or is it something that I kind of want to be like, thank you for your time, but I'm not interested?
Yeah, you definitely have to think about that before you sign up for whatever you're doing, whatever you're promoting. And for me, I think usually it's like brands that are more college focused, more like academic. And then, because I do a lot of like fashion content too. If there's fashion brands, they see you post a lot of this, a lot of that. These brands like already see that you're already aligned with what they want and how they want to platform themselves. And so for me, it's never been, something I've had to think about that much. So luckily, like the brands that already are promoting college centered stuff, they'll reach out, and then you kind of just go from there.
Cool. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So then, like, let's say you get these brand deals, right? You were mentioning how, like, particularly like with Chag, they kind of give you a prompt as to what you had to say or do, or a little bit of both. Is that always the same thing with every brand that you've done before? Or
usually, yes.
Like, if you could, as best you can, without.
Okay, so
spill the secret.
Okay, I'll spill the secret. I'll spill the tea. So, for example, I'm working for Amazon's Prime membership. It's for Prime for students. So once again, like it plays into the college thing.
Yeah.
And you would have I would say a total of 8 prompts to choose from to create 3 videos for the month. And say, for example, it was February. There'll be Valentine's Day themed. So you'll try to get one video that's Galentine's, another one Valentine's date, and then a third one if it's in May for a Mother's Day or something like this. And so they'll usually tell you how you're supposed to, they'll give you an entire script you have to read to platform their brand through. So if it's Prime for students, it's you can get a Prime for students membership for 30% off, yada yada, or a certain amount for this month.
Okay.
And you have to say these talking points, or else
it won't.
Yeah, your video's cooked. You
so
can't.
Then outside of those prompts, then that's when you're able to be a little bit
that's
more
your own
creative.
Creative ingenuity. You can do whatever you want. But obviously try to make it fit with your content. Don't do anything do a day in your life, do something like that you're already used to.
It's kind of tailored to kind of your lifestyle. Then,
yeah, it is.
Well, like you said, you usually get the brands that are already associated with the stuff that you already create.
Yeah.
So in theory, it should be something seamless for you.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Like a brand, if they're reaching out to you, they're going to look at your socials. They're going to look at all your socials, see kind of your general content vibe. Okay. And then based on that, they'll send you an email if they want to move forward with a collaboration or whatever. But the first step is always judging what you post.
And let me ask you, is there a brand that you have yet to work with? I'm assuming there is brands that you have that you really want to work with that
Yeah.
you haven't done? Is
Yeah.
there one that comes to mind right now?
One that comes to mind that I really want to do. That's a good question. Apple.
Thank you.
Oh,
Apple.
Apple.
Oh, that'd be cool too.
Yeah,
like
Apple would be
especially
really
how they do
cool.
like
if you're
those, like,
watching this,
student
go
discounts.
sponsor.
Yes, because so I did this recent I guess it was like a collab with Microsoft because they just promoted like their new like Surface laptop, and I got a free Surface laptop,
Must be nice.
and it was really good because my MacBook just broke like the week prior because I opened my water bottle in my bag.
Ooh.
See, Apple, if you're watching,
Please, Apple,
now you know.
sponsor us.
Yeah, sponsor all of us.
Three of us.
Actually, yeah.
Respectfully, bro. Respectfully. We need bread.
Yes.
These mics weren't cheap.
So yeah, I would say Apple. Apple would
Okay.
be a really good one to work with. And like they do a lot of stuff. They do a lot of like pop-ups. I don't know if it was in New York. There was one in London, and they gave like all creators like the whole like Mac ecosystem. Like you
Just
get
for showing up to
yeah,
the
just for sure. You get so much free stuff. So much free stuff.
Sounds like we're booking a flight to
Yo,
Europe.
Yeah,
Yo,
London.
bro.
Let's book our flight.
London Heathrow Airport. They come.
That's crazy. Yeah, we're in there like footwear.
Yeah.
I will say though, you've also kind of engaged with. Okay, so you've done fashion. You've
Yeah.
done
Yeah.
a lot of academics, clearly, Chag and.
Chag.
But how have you kind of gotten yourself into like the fashion industry? Was that more so through academics, or that's just kind of like a niche you kind of had growing up?
It's always been a niche.
Okay.
Like I see my sisters, and like I have two older sisters. One's 27, the other's 32. And so growing up, they love dressing up, like doing all the bits and the pieces and all that. And for me, that's what I saw. They were never like really like. They weren't nerds, so they didn't really like academics or studying or anything like that. And I always, I kind of did. Like, I was kind of strange growing up. And so for me, I saw that, and that was, like, my first. And then I also had, like, the academics, so I did that. And now, like, getting into fashion creation on TikTok, that's usually just what I that's my For You page. That's what I like to see.
Got it.
And so if I can try to copy or, like, emulate somebody else's creativity and make it my own. That's kind of what I like to do for fashion.
That's smart. I have 3 sisters, and they love to complain with each other about, oh my God, you took my clothes. Stop wearing my
Yes,
clothes.
right.
I'm assuming you were probably one of those,
Yes.
one of them kids where they would come at you, stop taking my shirt.
Yeah, but they were taking my shirts, and
So-
they're like 12 years older than me. Yeah, like
Wow.
12 years older. Noveen Delise, if you're watching this, I do not forgive you.
My sisters don't forgive each other, so it never ends. I'm just there in the background, like, well, I'm the only boy. So,
Yeah, there
but
you
my
go.
dad takes my shirts, so there you go.
I take my dad's shirts.
Can't relate. I'm an only child, but I will say my dad does take my shirt sometimes.
There you go.
But you've also kind of gained like a new niche, which is what, hip hop dancing.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
that is my niche.
Yeah, I'm
Oh, I
telling you, she's a
forgot.
jack of all trades.
Hey.
Oh my God,
Exactly.
I'm so embarrassed. Did I put that on the?
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing.
That is so embarrassing, guys. Okay, I wouldn't say it's a new niche. Ever since I was like growing up, I loved like. You ever watch Step Up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, Step Up with like Moose and.
Yo, they be going
and
crazy.
Yes, they
Yes.
go
You seen that one scene
insane.
where they're like in
in the rain?
Yes. That's the best scene.
Oh my God, guys! I could literally write like a whole like dissertation on like Step Up. Like I swear,
People have done it.
people have done it. I'm
have done
sure.
it.
I'm sure they've done a lot of
It's
stuff.
like a really if you're in the know, like it's a classic.
It's a classic.
It's a
Step Up
Have
is
you
like
seen it, Jesse?
I don't think I remember now.
Well, now that's your homework.
Yeah,
I'm like sleeping under a rock, I guess.
yeah. But okay, hip hop dancing. So like ever since I was young, like I always just loved like number one hip hop music. And so number two, like I used to watch like Usher's like music videos all the time when I was
Whoa.
young. Usher, Chris Brown. You know, he's very controversial.
Yeah.
But Seabreezy can dance. You know, he can dance really good. And so when I was young, I used to watch like the music videos and try to like copy like the dance moves. There was a moment in time where like I tried learning like how to break dance. I did it, guys. I did do it. Was I 10? Maybe.
Okay.
But yeah,
We
so
might have to find that somewhere.
no, please do not. That's like buried like deep. But yeah, so I've always loved dancing ever since I was young. And then I remember like in high school, I used to make TikToks like even when I was in high school back in my old town. And like my whole like tri-state area knew me as like, oh, she dances on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm not saying like I'm amazing,
were you doing
but
it like during COVID too?
yes.
I think we all like
We
started
all
something.
did
I
that.
I practiced the renegade. I ain't gonna lie. I just forgot it, but like renegade.
Do you guys remember like Zoe Fish on TikTok?
Zoefish?
She was like, if you guys know, you know.
It sounds
I don't think I
familiar.
She was like the main like TikTok dancer type.
Okay.
During
Yeah.
COVID,
Yeah, during COVID. Her, like Charlie D'Amelio and like the rest of the squad.
the whole squad, yeah.
But yeah, so I used to do that. Now I wouldn't really. That's like my like. Can I cuss on here or is that like?
Preferably
not.
no.
Okay,
Yeah.
well I would realize like my crappy dancing.
Okay.
Like sorry, like my
Okay.
crappy post.
Yes.
That would be whenever like if I don't really have much to post, I'll post like a fit talk,
Okay.
but it's like me like dancing or something like this.
Gotcha.
And you're just like vibing.
Yeah, you're just vibing, and
just
then
vibing.
I guess that's like a form of dancing.
Right.
But,
Is
yeah.
hip hop the only thing that you dance?
Yeah, hip hop. I really like. I remember when I was young. I really want to learn how to ballroom dance.
Ballroom dance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. I think since Rafael, we both come from like Dominican cultures, so we have like
Yeah.
there's like a lot of different like,
Yeah,
dances.
Spanish is in our book.
Yeah.
There's so many dances. I've always wanted to learn. Like,
Like bachata, merengue,
Yes.
salsa,
Salsa.
yes,
cumbia.
I think I could, guys. I think I
It's not
could.
that bad. It's pretty
Balada,
simple.
like
Bachata, we
balada.
can dance it right now, bro.
Bachata. Nice. We can't be dancing on the podcast.
I mean,
It's our podcast. We can do whatever we want. Now, yo, play the music. Let me stop.
Max, turn the lights in Butler to like some speakers.
Fact. We're gonna put some mood lighting real
Like
quick.
strobe lights.
Like, okay. Like, I'm cute. Like, we all planned this, guys.
Literally.
Okay, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah, I always want to learn how to tango,
Tango.
like Argentine tango.
That would be cool.
That'd be flamenco. Oh, I'm taking a flamenco dancing course next
Actually.
semester for my
Like-
PE credit.
Like, you mean like
Wait,
on
that-
campus?
Wait,
Yes.
that's a PE credit?
Yeah, it's a PE credit. So
See, and I graduate, I didn't even know that.
what did you take for your PE credit?
I just did weightlifting. I just
Oh.
structured out the time I was gonna work out during the
Okay.
day for a credit.
We also
I
had
would have done that if I went
how
to this
was this-
college.
Oh, yeah. How was the swim test?
Okay, so the swim test is not as bad as you think. I got our producer back here, Luis, is laughing, but honestly, it's not as bad as people think it is. It's literally just
Really?
it's 3 laps and it's like on time at your own pace. But you do have to you have to finish. You can't like stop in the middle.
And
So,
how deep is the pool?
I don't know, like maybe 3
You're
feet,
required
4
to
feet.
swim.
Yes.
I think 5 feet maybe. All right, like 6
Oh,
feet. Yeah,
it's 6 feet.
yeah. It goes from like 6
I'm
to 12.
cooked. So guys, I can't swim.
But
Period.
you could take the PE course. That's like the swimming one.
Yeah, but imagine having to like swim in the morning and then go to class.
Ew.
I mean,
Maybe you can space it out.
I mean, that's what our swimming and diving teams do at Columbia.
That sucks, guys.
But wait, can we backtrack? Because again, I never went to this campus. You're required to swim?
Yes, you're
Yes.
required to swim
Funny-
because Manhattan is an island.
Funny enough, Cornell also has the same thing as well.
I heard about that. I mean, I went to City College again. They had a swimming pool, but I never heard that I had to
Yeah, no, on
do
your
a couple strokes,
Yes.
butterfly strokes,
Yes.
and
on
whatever. I
your
didn't hear that.
degree audit page, there, it's one of the core requirements is you have to be able to know how to swim to graduate. On top of knowing a foreign language,
Well, that yes, I know
the
that.
whole
yes.
the
Yeah.
whole core curriculum,
Okay.
which
Yeah,
we dearly do love.
I got lucky though. I took Spanish for all 4 years. I also know Spanish, like just from life, right?
Yeah,
Just my
yeah.
family. And took it all the way to AP. From what I knew, I didn't pass my AP test.
What?
Yeah.
Bro, you literally speak Spanish.
I
Listen,
did
bro,
not.
when it comes to tests, it's different. It's different. I've never been good. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know about that.
But I remember when I went to the college, they was telling me like, "Oh, you did AP? Yeah. Oh, so you don't need to take Spanish. You don't take
Yeah.
you don't need to take a foreign language. Oh,
Really?
Yeah, just like that.
I think I did 1 semester of Spanish at Columbia, but it was like the native speaking one because I tested out
yeah,
of the other
yeah.
3 semesters. And I will say, I loved my class. I loved my professor. I just didn't like the fact that it was 3 days a week because it kind of felt
Yeah,
like
that is what it's like.
it kind of feels like you're back in high school all over again, taking a class multiple days.
Yeah, 3 days.
Yeah.
Twice when you're in college is like more than enough. I feel like.
Type.
I
I
have-
took an Arabic class.
Oh, really?
Yes, I only
Marhaba.
remember Ana Ismi.
Ana Ismi.
That was the
Ana
first
Ismi.
lesson. And that's the only
Okay.
thing I remember.
See, I speak Urdu at home, and I'm taking the Exceller, like the heritage speaker one. How many semesters do I have to take for that?
Or
4 semesters, so 2 full years accelerated.
like if you just like don't test out of it. If you test out of a few semesters, depending on your placement score, you could do like maybe 1 or just 2 semesters, maybe 3.
I see.
So your best bet if you know a language is to definitely take your placement test.
Please take your placement test, or else you're gonna end up like me.
Take it, but also do well. Don't be like me.
Don't be like this guy.
Don't be like me. I remember like everybody and their mother would just tell me, "Yo, just take it. Doesn't matter."
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I said, "Okay, it doesn't matter." I walked in there, didn't know any of the things that were on that page. I was like, whatever, don't matter."
That's crazy. My high school didn't even offer AP Spanish.
Yeah, mine didn't either.
It's because I think it was like one of maybe 2 or 3 other people that like similar to like your high school, like and like I kind of grew up in an area that was just like predominantly white. So like I guess that area they weren't kind of interested.
They didn't want to learn Spanish.
I guess not. I mean, a lot of them after like Spanish too, they were like, I'm done.
Yeah, that's usually how it was. I mean, my high school was in Spanish Harlem, so there you go. And any of the schools that I went from middle school, elementary was all predominantly Hispanic. Majority were Dominican or Puerto Rican. Yeah. So that's kind of how it was. And then, like I said, I already knew. I spoke Spanish at home, but I wouldn't say I was a super fluent man in it. Yeah. And part of it was like when I took it, part of the fact that I also already had like a step up to like understand what was being taught. It also helped me just try to be a better Spanish speaker. Oh yeah. So yeah.
It also helped you be an excellent Gap associate.
Gap associate.
So for context, Jesse and I we met when we worked at Gap. Is
this at the Woodbury?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, here downtown.
85th Street and 3rd Avenue.
Oh, yeah,
when I was in college, I literally the first week I started college was the same week I started at Gap. Yeah. And then maybe like a year or so, this man decided to show up in the building, and his mother had to basically ask the manager of ours at the store for him to get a job.
Because I was a minor at the time and the store wasn't hiring minors.
Oh, okay.
So that was kind of like the reason why.
Do you guys remember when like Gap had like the Kanye collab?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I had left just before. No. I was
You were still there when we had it.
No. Yeah, we were still there, but they hadn't dropped anything. Oh. And then even when they did drop though, like to some of the coworkers that were still there at the time, they didn't get no discounts or anything. So like even if we were there, we weren't gonna get anything.
That sucks.
Yeah, it was trash.
I mean, I think they were selling like $40, $50 for the hoodies. I'm not if I don't remember.
It was a lot of bread.
It
was a lot of bread.
I used to work at a boutique, and this was like it was a very small boutique. It was like, Huntington, West Virginia. You guys don't know.
What was it called?
The boutique was VC Boutique.
VC Boutique. Yeah, that sound down in the
down in the boonies. Down in the boonies.
Down in the butts.
Yeah. Literally Hickville. And I remember working retail. Retail is an experience, and I think everyone should work retail.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a vibe. You meet some great people.
Yeah,
you get some great.
You get great discounts.
Oh yeah, discounts was pretty common. But I mean, personally, Gap at the time when I was working there, the clothing was not it. It really wasn't.
I will say Gap has stepped up.
For sure.
They have stepped up.
And I'm very annoyed because they couldn't have done that when I was there when I had a discount. Like,
that's so
I remember the Dapper Dan collab that we had.
The what?
The Dapper Dan collab they had. And then they had, they did like a Disney collab. I think you weren't there, but I was still there.
No, I think they had some Disney stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they had a Disney collab.
They didn't do Cause. What was that other artist?
Who?
It starts with a B, Busquets, something like that. I don't know. They did some. They definitely stepped it up. I just wish they did it when I had the discount.
Redemption arc.
Yeah,
facts. They're on their up and coming again.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
But I will say, retail is definitely an experience.
Retail is an experience, and I think I forgot what my role was. It was I was also social media manager at this time.
Really?
Wow. Yeah. That's why I'm saying, guys. I low key think I manifested everything.
That's good.
Yeah.
So you not only were born in a small town and we kind of dreamt of being in New York City. You dreamt of being at Columbia and dreamt of being a content creator.
Yeah, I actually did.
Look at that. Manifestation is real, guys.
Manifestation is real.
Yeah, it is.
I remember this was last week of high school. I was sitting in my math class and I had 2 of my friends with me. And at the time, on my Snapchat private story, I used to just post hauls and whatever. If I got clothes or something, I'll post a haul and maybe a little vlog.
Yeah.
And my friends, they're like, girl, you're going to New York City. You should try content creation. Actually.
That's such a smart idea.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of people you see on Instagram talking about I live in the Midwest and decided to go to New York City to live my dreams.
Yeah.
A lot of people do that.
A lot of people do.
But just because it's, in other words, some might say saturated or oversaturated, there's still the difference between you and them is you.
Yeah, it is.
And your story and how you got from point A to New York City.
100%.
So
I also think it's kind of interesting that Rafael, you and I, we both grew up in New York City, and then kind of seeing people do something come here from like an outsider's perspective. You see like the awe of like New York City and like what it's like in the movies. We're kind of like, I guess we just get so desensitized. Where you just go to Times Square, you see the Statue of Liberty, you see 100%. All these landmarks, and you're like, I mean, it's great. Like this is New York. And you're just like, oh, I'm just used to this. And then the minute you leave, you're like, oh, I gotta go back.
Yeah. No, for sure. Like sometimes sometimes I look at like those tourists or people who first come here, and part of me like laughs a little bit about it because it's like
what are you looking at?
Like, what you looking at? I see that every day.
Yeah, really.
But then sometimes I think about it and I'm just like, bro, there are people that spend thousands of dollars to stand in Times Square. Yeah. And I basically get to do it for $2.90 on the subway.
For $2.90 on the subway.
Exactly. Or maybe free. You know?
maybe free bus fares soon, guys.
You know, but that's
true.
The point though. And it's like sometimes it's one of those things that you kind of take it for granted.
You do. I think I'm kind of getting to that point now. It's only been barely like 3 years, about to be 3 years now. And even now, like I'll be like, I have to stop myself. I have to stop myself in the middle of like the street or whatever, and be like, okay, like I'm in New York City. I dreamt of this. This is insane. Yeah. And kind of reignite my fire that I had.
So let me ask you then. So like, I mean, again, you're here at Columbia University. You're in New York City. You like you said, you manifested everything. What else are you manifesting now? Or what is it that you're putting today?
Speak it into existence.
Oh,
what are you putting in today that you feel that
a good, like a proper manifest?
Yeah.
A good law school.
Okay.
Yeah. I have my sights set on a law school. Want to go there. And then
you want to say it?
No, I can't say. I mean, I think everyone wants to go to either like Harvard, Columbia Law, like a good law school.
Columbia admissions, if you're watching
Columbia admissions, please. I'm already manifesting you. Please let me in. I'll knock on the door if I have to. But yeah, that's number one, good law school, and then stay in the city, corporate, and just work my way up.
Okay, so you'd like to like live here?
Yes, I would like to live here.
Who knows? Maybe we'll see Iman on Forbes 30 Under 30.
Guys, please manifest this for me.
Yo, do it, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to manifest, Jesse? Since we're talking about it, right?
I mean, if we're on the topic.
We're already on the topic, right?
Yeah.
A great med school.
So
like definitely higher education.
Facts.
Probably come back to New York City. I did move out last year, so I will say it kind of feels. I wouldn't say I left because I'm here kind of consistently. I drive to New York City all the time now. So, and I just technically moved out for good after I graduated. So definitely come be back in the city and then hopefully get this pod to go to greater heights that we've never seen.
It will go viral.
It goes boom. Oh my God. Hallelujah, bro.
Manifest.
Yes. Manifest it. I mean, yeah. It's just, I guess I go next. I mean, manifesting. Wow. Obviously allowing this podcast to just go boom, right?
Yeah.
But also like me and my personal success as a photographer, videographer, just being able to just get in a position where like I can just like basically make money in my sleep. You know what I mean? And have
100%.
clients just coming down
passive
constantly.
Income.
Exactly. And just being able to just live out the dreams of what you want to live.
Speak everything into existence and only the sky's the limit.
Exactly.
I 100% agree. I think you can do everything you want in this life if you want it bad enough.
For sure.
You can get out of anywhere. You can make it to any heights you want, depending on how badly you want it.
For sure.
That's true. And then we're all testaments to that. I mean, you're still here at Columbia and hopefully, 2 more years. And
2 more years. How do you feel? Like,
it's
you're
crazy.
halfway now. You're on the halfway mark.
I was just talking about this with my friend and I was like, we're going to be juniors. Like, we're going to be upperclassmen. We just started. Like, I literally just started college.
That's the exact feeling I had when I was in your shoes. I just like, I could not believe. I still actually have recollection of move-in day.
Yeah.
Like freshman year, your parents are unloading your stuff from the car.
And you have the movers helping,
right? Yeah. And I'm just like, I can remember minute by minute of that day, exactly everything I was wearing. And I'm just like, now I'm graduated.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Again, like I said, I'm 3 years out. And I always tell everybody that's going into it or almost out of it. I told him while he was enjoying his last semester and everything, enjoy the today, enjoy the now, because you're gonna blink and you're gonna be like me.
It's gonna be over.
Gone. I do still remember my first day. It wasn't as exciting like that. I was so terrified coming out the freaking MTA bus, and I think it was gloomy that day too. And I remember I had no idea where my class was. I know nothing. And the only silver lining was the moment I came up the steps from the bus stop onto the campus was the first people I see were two people who went to my high school.
No way.
Yeah, and I knew they were going to the college.
Yeah.
But I did not know they were going to be there specifically when I came
crazy.
out. And that was like the best thing for me because they kind of helped me get in. Yeah, but that's a conversation for another time. But again, enjoy it and make the most of it. Okay?
100%.
So yeah.
Gotta make the most of your time. And remember to always defy all the odds.
For sure. And is there any, I mean, again, you have your social medias.
Yeah.
Please tell the people if they want to see your chag and everything
Guys,
like that, and where they can watch all of them.
Unfortunately, if you want to see my chag, it will probably pop up when you least expect it to. But other than that, follow me on Instagram at Iman Kanooz. On TikTok, it's at Iman with 5 A's and 9 N's.
Damn.
I made this in like 2020.
Fair enough.
And yeah, those are my social media platforms for now.
Cool.
Amazing. Guys, please go check her out, especially if you want some discounts on a few of her sponsors.
Use code Iman20 for 20% off.
There you go. You heard it here first. And remember, people, this could always be you. And never let anyone tell you that you can't, because you definitely can. And so always defy all the odds.
Defy every odds, all the odds. The only odds that are in your favor is the odds that you put in front of you.
Amen.
Toma.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
your host, Jesse, signing off.
Your boy Rafa, as always. And
Iman.
all right.
Thanks so much, guys, for watching.
Deuces. Ta-da.
That was fun, guys.
Awesome.
We got a lot of clickbait at the beginning.
That was great. Yeah. You made me pull up that Diddy crowd. That was awesome. Yes.
This is definitely one of the better episodes.
Yeah. Oh, that was super fun.
Thank you, guys. This was, a first